Your child has been referred to the developmental pediatrician. You now have an appointment after waiting for so long. You want to make the best of this appointment. And it can be a bit nerve wracking when you've been waiting for so long and you suddenly have the appointment. You want to remember everything that you need to say. You want to be able to say it so that you leave the appointment knowing that the doctors have enough to work on. So, what are 5 things that you need to do? Number one, write down your history. Write down what you noticed first, when you noticed it, who noticed it, and if it's getting worse. That's an information that the doctors will ask you. The next thing is document your child's birth and developmental history. It's very important because sometimes we forget our child's milestones, we forget about the birth history. You'll be surprised some of us forget about the weight as well. I always have to think through my 2 children, what their weights were. But it helps when you have that information already written so that when you face the doctor, you have that information in hand. Get your family history. You want to know, is there anybody in the family that has similar issues or differences? Some of them may not have been diagnosed because, let's face it, this wasn't present in, people didn't really know so much about neurodiversity in the past. But you can ask questions, you can think through, is there anyone in the family that has differences or somebody people talked about and commented on their behavior? Think back and find out whether some of these were patterns that could be present in neurodevelopmental conditions. So note that down as well. Look for any old reports, assessments, referrals your child has had. You'll be surprised how many of us have forgotten about the one-off appointment the child had that may be important for this appointment. Get old school information and reports. There are things that teachers write in between the lines that sometimes we don't think is important, but when we look at it, it is very important. And we need to sometimes bring all that information because patterns build up when we're thinking about neurodevelopmental conditions. We're looking at patterns, and these patterns build up. We might not have thought anything of a behavior the child displayed when they were younger, but when you look back, you might think, oh, that happened then. And it's not uncommon that I have families sitting in front of me where I've asked, were there any problems initially? And they've said no. But when you have to think, they would say, oh, it's only this and that. When you think back, actually, those were early telltale signs of the behavior. So not that everything you remember about your child's behavior or what stood out when you took your child to nursery. Was there anything that stood out in that situation where were you ever called back by the nursery teacher? Did they ever say to you, oh, we're concerned about X or Y? Did they ever say to you, he's so busy, he's so hyperactive, he falls over a lot? Think back to those accident slips. Were you getting a lot of them? Were there slips that you were getting a lot of and you were always called in to the school that something was going on? Think back and just document it. It's sometimes so difficult to sit in front of a doctor's office and actually document all this and remember all those things because the pressure is there, the anxiety is there. And don't forget, you've got your child in the room sometimes, and they may be running up and down. So you're having to concentrate as well as listen, as well as give the doctor the information they want and look after your child. So it's a lot to take in. And therefore, it's good to just sit down and write down all those things as much as you can before you get to the appointment. And then have your own questions or have your own written questions so you don't forget them when you're in the room. Write them down. What do you want to ask the doctor? What do you want them to answer? What are the questions? How long is it going to take for this assessment to be concluded? Let the doctor be clear on the pathway. What do you need to know? Because sometimes you need that clarity, but you don't want to walk out of the room and say, oh, I forgot to ask something, or they didn't mention this. So I'll just go over that again. First thing, number one, write down when you first noticed it, who noticed it, and what's been the pattern? Is it getting worse? Number two, document the birth, development, and family history. Number three, get any old reports, assessments, or referrals that could have been made for your child. Number four, any school information and any reports you've had. Number five, your own written questions so you don't forget them in the room. Just remember these five things, and hopefully your appointment goes smoothly and you get more clarity and you get more information about what to do. And you're free to ask the doctor, what can I do in between? And ask, these things are the things concerning us. What can we do? Your doctor may be able to give you information that would be helpful whilst the assessment is being concluded. So do send this to another parent who might need it. And please tune in and listen to Early Intervention Matters podcast. We've got several episodes on the website that's been very useful for parents, and we've got an episode on developmental delay, what to look out for. Share comments in the share questions and comments in the section below. Thank you.